Hey, I'm Brian. Becoming a dad isn't easy. I'm a father of three, and early on, I would always avoid the toughest questions that would linger deep inside of me. Questions I think, if I addressed, would have made me a better father early on. But that's the past, and now I have a chance to fix that. And I hope by answering some of these questions, it can help another dad out there. So, why does my baby hate being put down? It's week 6, and suddenly your baby wants you to hold on to him or her every second. And even when you want like a quick break, even when all you're doing is putting them down right beside you, they still want you. And it's not necessarily something you're doing wrong. Even for me, as an experienced father of three with 5 years of experience under my belt, even with my last child, I got it wrong. Babies at this age, they're waking up to the world, right? You know, at this point, week 6, they're becoming more alive. You don't see the stoic, non-emotional face anymore, right? The sleepy face. Like their wake windows are starting to get a lot bigger, a lot larger, and for the baby, that comes with an adjustment to. They're probably actually seeing you for the first time, right? Like actually experiencing you for the first time as a dad, and whereas before it was just one-sided. It was you showing all the love, you experiencing them, but it's different now, and they can get a sense for who their caretakers are, who their mom and dad are, and there's a certain warmth that you provide them that even I forget that sometimes. There was this moment, when my third child, my daughter Ellie, when she was born, around week 6, I just needed a bit of a break, right? I was holding on to her, and I was just trying to watch some TV, but I just wanted to put her down beside me, right? I had a bit of a pillow beside me, like a sleeper pillow, and all I wanted to do was to put her right beside me, right? I wanted her to watch some TV with me, give my hands a bit of a break, and I put her down, and she would just squirm, and I pick her back up, and I put her back down, and she'd cry and squirm, and she'd arc her back like most frustrated babies do, and my wife was just a few seats beside me, and I think she was working on her crochet, and she came over, and she said something that really stuck with me. She said, "Oh, she just wants to be held." And she picked up the baby, and the baby stopped crying. And in the back of my mind, I knew that was the case. I just wanted to give myself a bit of a break. But when she said that, it really stuck with me. Babies. I can't get into the mind of a baby, but you come out of the womb, you're not sleeping great. You got so much change happening in your body. You're learning how to digest milk. It's just different, right? Like it's just you you just want to be cared for, right? You just want to be loved, and you can't do a lot, and so you have to trust people that have your best interests, right? And that's mom and dad, and, I mean, they're not ready to leave yet, right? I mean, that's obvious. And when she said that, I thought about it a bit, and that line, right? She just wants to be held. So ever since that day, I guess I realized that I only have so much time to hold her, right? That there's gonna be a time when she wants no piece of me, and yeah, it's given me a lot of a perspective change, and I hope it can lend some perspective to you as well. And that art, especially that young, they just want to see the world, right? I know when I have trouble calming down my baby, or when I did, right, just a few months ago when she was around this time, 6 weeks. When I walk around the house with her, she was always so observant, right? Like she's always wanting to see different things, touch different things, and she just wants you to show her the world, right? Like I think they just get bored of just laying on their back all the time, and I can relate to that. They can't walk, they can't move, but they want to see different things. They want to experience something they haven't seen before. They want to know what they've come out of the womb for, and it's easy to get frustrated, but it's also important to realize that you're a dad now, and part of being a dad is just doing whatever it takes to give comfort to your baby, even if that means holding that baby up and walking around the house for a good hour, right? Because I've been there. Going up the stairs, even putting them on putting them in a carrier and just walking around the house because they just couldn't sit still, right? That's a trick that you can still get stuff done, and your baby's along for the ride, right? They can kind of view what you're doing and learn from example. But man, yeah, one day I think I got to keep reminding myself this, and I hope I can remind you as well that one day they're going to be running away from you, right? They're going to be running off to see their friends or going on a date, or you're just not going to be as cool anymore, right? But that day hopefully is a long ways away, because until then, you still get to hold your baby. Remember that, right? You still get a chance to hold your baby. Yeah, so if you're a new dad out there, I really hope this video helped you. And I'll see you in the next one.